Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and it's time to take a look at episode 2 of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. This episode entitled Superhuman Law, starring Tatiana Maslany, Mark Ruffalo, Josh Segarra, Ginger Gonzaga, Marklyn Baker, and Tim Roth. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And as I said at the top of the show, today we're going to take a look at episode 2 out of 9 for She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. And our episode opens in the aftermath of Titania's defeat, as Jennifer Walters begins to gain some notoriety and an unwanted reputation as a brand new superhero that has been publicly dubbed She-Hulk. However, she also ends up being fired from the district attorney's office due to the fact that the court case was declared as a mistrial by the opponents, Goodman, Lieber, Kurtzberg, and Holloway, or GLK&H. After several failed attempts at finding a new position, Walters is offered one by Holden Holloway of GLK&H to be the head of their brand new Superhuman Law division. Walters accepts the position on the condition that she gets to pick her very own paralegal, forcing them to also hire her best friend, Nikki Ramos. On her very first day, Walters discovers that Holloway wants her to work as She-Hulk full-time, both at the office as well as in the courtroom. Holloway then informs her that her very first case is to represent none other than Emil Blonsky for his parole hearing. Although initially kind of reluctant to accept the case due to the conflict of interest, since Blonsky has attempted to kill her cousin, Bruce Banner, in the past, Walters agrees to go to the Department of Damage Control Supermax prison and meet with Blonsky in order to hear his plea. Afterwards, she contacts Bruce, unaware that he is currently traveling in space on a Sakharan spaceship, and he encourages her to take the case, giving her his blessing. Jennifer then calls Holloway and tells him that she will accept the case, but learns from a news report that Blonsky is participating in an underground fight club as the Abomination, as our episode comes to its close. So this episode was a fun one. Again, I know the synopsis is short. I do apologize for that, but if you guys remember when I did the Kenobi series, which I'll link up here, the synopsises for that were very short as well. Not a whole lot to them, so they ended up being shorter episodes. But whereas the first episode really gave us that exposition, kind of set up how Jennifer Walters becomes She-Hulk, this one, man, we get Tim Roth back as Emil Blonsky, the Abomination. We get a little bit further progression, and we see a little bit more of Jennifer's sense of humor. We also get a great exchange between Jennifer and Bruce in the fact that when she calls him to kind of get his permission to represent Blonsky, he makes a joke that to some people could come off as a throwaway joke unless you really know the history of the MCU. You know, Mark Ruffalo as Bruce, as Hulk, makes a joke about how he's a different person now, literally, from the person he was when he fought Blonsky. That's 100% accurate and slap double over funny because it was Ed Norton that fought Tim Roth as Emil Blonsky, the Abomination. Mark Ruffalo has yet to encounter him, so he is a completely different person. Literally. Such a good line that very easily could just be a throwaway, but I laughed hysterically at that because granted, Ruffalo's done an amazing job as Bruce Hulk, but I really liked Norton. I'm curious to see how he would have done within the confines of Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson, and Jeremy Renner and Samuel L. Jackson. Like, it really would have been cool to see him have that banter with the main core group of Avengers that we got come 2012 when the Avengers assembled. I still wonder what if to this day, very much like I wonder what if Terrence Howard's version of Rhodey. Again, Don Cheadle kills it. I love Don Cheadle as Rhodey, War Machine. But it would have been cool to see where Terrence Howard would have fit in all that. To see Terrence Howard interact with Chadwick Boseman in Civil War. To see Terrence Howard interacting with Anthony Mackie as the Falcon. To see Robert Downey Jr. get emotional when War Machine gets shot out of the sky and gets paralyzed. All these little things, what ifs in the MCU. But this episode, I felt, was kind of short. It was only about 30 minutes. I'm not sure if all the episodes are going to be that short, and maybe the first episode was just an hour long, and that's why we're getting 9 of them instead of only 6, because they're going to be more like 30-minute episodes. But aside from the shortness of it, I thought it was really good. It flowed well. The story progressed. Now we know where she's going to go, what she's going to deal with. I'm almost willing to bet Matt Murdock is going to come up to be the opposition to Jennifer in her case against Blonsky. We'll have to see. We're just going to have to see how this story develops and plays out. But I thoroughly enjoyed episode 2. Again, remember, I'm not going to rate each episode. I'm going to wait till the end of the season, and I'm going to rate the season 1 through 5 as a whole. What did you guys think of episode 2 of She-Hulk? Those of you that have seen it. Let me know if you're watching the premiere. Leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. Let's engage in that conversation. Let's have that discussion. What do you think Ed Norton's Hulk would have been like in these type of scenarios? Let's discuss. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right here to the Casa D18 Studios channel, for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And it's the beginning of the month. It's time for a new theme, and we're going to be going back to school, quite literally. We're starting off back to school month with Back to School, starring Rodney Dangerfield, Robert Downey Jr., Adrienne Barbeau, cameos from Oingo Boingo and Danny Elfman, Sam Kinison. There's so much to watch and unpack and digest about this film. You're going to have to tune in tomorrow and check it out. You're not going to want to miss out on that content right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, right here on an all-new installment of Renegades Reviews when we begin a new month, new theme, back to school month. We've got that. We've got some urban school movies. We've got Dangerous Minds, The Substitute. We've got some Brat Pack films. We've got A Day in Detention with The Breakfast Club and A Day Playing Hooky with Ferris Bueller. We've got some National Lampoon's flicks. We've got Animal House, Dorm Days. We've got Mean Girls and Clueless. You're just going to have to tune in and check out all the content we've got coming to you this month on Renegades Reviews. To all my loyal fans and viewers out there, thank you so much for tuning in and joining me here today. I greatly appreciate every one of you. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that notification bell is turned on so that you get all the latest videos that drop right here on the channel. Share this video with your family, friends, loved ones, movie fans, cinephiles, Disney fans, fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, fans of the Hulk, She-Hulk, Edward Norton, Mark Ruffalo, Tim Roth, anybody you can think of that would enjoy this video, share it with them, as it's the only way we're going to boost up my visibility in the YouTube algorithms, hopefully get me monetized by the end of the year. Thank you once again to everybody who joined me here today. It means more to me than you'll ever know, and I will see you guys next time.